Hey, in typical Liquid Life fashion, we're going to try and, take the reins here for a minute. I am not Randy Hall. I am his offspring, Connor Hall, president here at Liquid Life. So today, we just want to say thank you to everybody who's shown up here. Special thank you to Shelby, Holly, Jennifer, Dom, and Jesse on our teams who have been working tirelessly through the last week and a half, 2 weeks to get all the finishing touches here for that. So thank you, Shelby and team. For us, we moved in here maybe in August, September. Forget that it took us 6 months to get a grand opening, but we're here now. It's not just a celebration of the grand opening. For us, it's a celebration of the owners of the 800 units that trust us to manage their properties. And a celebration of the 30,000 guests, or the reservations that we'll hold this year, every one of those guests and those families. And a celebration of 14 years of hard work, faith, and commitment to excellence led out by Randy here. So thanks for everybody coming to be a part of that. I moved my family here from Texas 3 years ago to come on board, and maybe 10 years ago, Randy and I were talking, and he was saying, I'm only going to get to 200 properties, and that's it. Then we're going to have a waiting list, and people are going to be begging to be a part of Liquid Life at this point. And then the next year it was like, well, maybe just 300. And then, a few years later, it was maybe 400. And then it was, hey, do you want to move here and help me grow this company? Maybe we double it, right? And so, we're just under 800 units in management today. My history with Liquid Life, you could argue, starts 13 years ago as the first summer intern, or 31 years ago when I was born, because I was, grandfathered into that. But as I mentioned, we get the opportunity to build a business here, invest in the community. Our favorite, sponsorships to do would be golf tournaments. So, hit us up if we like, if you got any of those. But you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't look at the back of my head. Anyways, but the best thing is the fact that right now we've got 168 full-time employees, and that's our off-season right there. And we only want to continue to grow, create more jobs down here, and continue to invest in the community. So thank you to everybody. I'll pass it on to you.
Good. I recently got 2 awards that I want to share with you. This esteemed award represents my accomplishments for losing the Fantasy Football League. Right. I managed to draft and trade for the worst team in history of all fantasy football, according to ESPN. I just happened to do it right here. So my prize for winning this trophy was decided in a group meeting before we knew how bad anyone was going to be. So I'll be riding the Ferris wheel for 4 hours, one day soon. And I've arranged with the wharf not to have to get on and off 22 times and pay again. So somehow I'm going to be able to set up with Netflix, popcorn, laptops, and all of that kind of stuff for whatever. I've just been waiting for the weather to get right to appear over there one day so that they could intermittently watch me from a distance. I thought about scheduling one-on-ones every 15 minutes to have people join me, but that wouldn't be fair. The second is at our leadership retreat recently. I got the Liquid Life Legend Award, most likely to take a 6-month vacation twice a year. So just add that up. That tells you their confidence in me cleaning any toilets up around here with all the rest of the team. I want to introduce my sister-in-law, Rhonda. Just say hi back there. Rhonda and my brother. In 2013, I got a phone call from Jeff McLaurin saying, would you like to buy my mother-in-law's company? When I got no more money, I just spent it all on a coffee shop over at Publix. So I talked to John a little bit, and they invested a nickel, and it has grown. And so Rhonda's been a silent 12% owner for all these years, and what she gets is a vacation every now and then in whatever condo she wants, and a whole lot of love. So Rhonda, thank you for the long journey. My brother passed away about a year and a half after that. So Rhonda and I have managed for her children and my nieces and her grandchildren to benefit greatly from the success that we all have here. And we've not had a moment where she wasn't happy to be an owner, and I wasn't happy for her to be along for the ride. Next to her is Robin, my wife. we met, say hi, just so Robin, we met 7 years ago in Atlanta when I went to a board meeting, and we got married. Our anniversary was February 12th, 5 years, and so Robin has just kind of altered the trajectory of my life for the last 5 to 7 years. We're building a wedding venue together called the Oaks at Magnolia Springs, about 30 minutes away from here. We just finished the groom's cottage, and it's all rocking, and we are booked up for 2026 except for trick or treat. So if you know a bride who's on the dark side of life who needs a wedding, you know, with her black fingernails and black hair, we got your date for us at the Oaks. Otherwise, it'll be 2027. In 2012, I sold Student Life, a company that had built the event center at the Wharf, after 14 years of youth ministry, and I didn't get wealthy. In 2012, you remember the Great Recession, I got out with some nickels and dimes, and I came down here with 0 properties. Patrick Daly agreed from RE/MAX of Orange Beach to sign a 2-year contract with me, and we could work together, and it was a jumping starting point. And about 5 minutes after Patrick and I signed that contract, he introduced me to Holly Hawkins, and Holly has been with me for the whole ride. And so the community, where are you, Holly? Back there. Yeah. So collectively, if the entire community were given a quiz on Liquid Life, it would be, well, Holly works over there in Publix, and Randy drops by every now and then, and they've been doing that for 12 years together, and it has been a fantastic ride, and I could not have done it without Holly's consistency and her integrity and her quiet strength. And now she's the walking encyclopedia. She's not old enough to be everybody's mom, but she is everybody's best friend when it comes to knowing everything about every one of the 800 condos. So thank you again, dear, for going on this journey with me. We're just getting started. With that, I just want to tell you that in 2023, the new kids showed up and took over, the young guns, and they started changing processes, procedures, everything, and grew the company up. We opened a second laundry in Gulf Shores, and now we're sitting here with the capacity to serve 1,200 property owners. We're at 800, and we're pretty motivated to get there. And in the process of all that, one of those guys who showed up and participated in the makeover was Carson Dabbs, came to us. And so I'm going to let you tell him a little bit about himself, and then he's going to talk about the premium meeting that has evolved to happen right here in this room every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. So my way to say the premium meeting is, in that meeting we talk about being premium on a lofty goal to every guest, but we also talk about being premium by fixing the dang lock on Phoenix 5 that's broke again. And it's premiums covers a lot of bases. So Carson, you're mine.
Yeah, thank you. Randy, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for convincing me on a phone call to drive down here with my family in a U-Haul from North Alabama. I started with Liquid Life September of 2023, right around the same time as Connor and a few other people. It took one phone call with Randy for me to realize, man, I really miss being at the beach. I miss my family being down here, all of us together. So we packed up and moved in September 2023 and have loved it ever since. Previously, before that, I've been in the vacation rental industry for about 12 years now. Started right out of college and have enjoyed it. We get to host 30,000 families on vacation. I help run the operations team. We've got a great staff. They allow me to step in and help every now and then, but they cover everything. And we like to joke that there's 1,000 moving parts in the vacation rental industry. We say that all the time. There's 1,000 moving parts, but there's always a new thing that happens, so it's 1,001 that day. And thankfully, we've got a great team to help handle all that stuff. And one thing that we kind of learned along the way was we've got all these great department leads, all these great people that work for us, but we don't have the room or the space or the time on the calendar to actually sit down and all of us get in one room and talk. So we got to thinking, and we looked outside of our old Publix office, and there was a sign that said Liquid Life Premium Property Management. We thought, well, why don't we just have a premium meeting once a week? So we started that a little over a year ago. We get all of our department leads in one room right here on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock. Sometimes the meetings last for 45 minutes, sometimes they last for an hour and a half, and that's when I start getting hangry, and we usually end it right after that. So our premium meeting, we sit down and we talk about how's our week going, what do we have planned for the next week, any major issues that have popped up that we need to sit down and talk about, like a lock that's consistently breaking. Maybe there's a process that, because we've brought on this brand new house, maybe there's a process that's wrong in our system, so let's figure it out. So we started our premium meeting to help manage the 30,000 families that are going to come down here, the over 800 owners that we have in our program, just to make sure that we have everything together, make sure we package it up nice and neat, and make sure we're able to deliver a great experience for our guests and for our owners in the program. And then we handle that. That also helps make sure we give a great work-life balance to our employees, which is also super important around here. One thing that kind of helps us stand out here at Liquid Life is how we take care of our properties and how we book them. We use a lot of different data, and I'm going to let Randy kind of talk more about the market data and how we go about that.
Back one. So the business has changed. There are 27,000 property management companies in the United States doing what we do. If you take the top 100, they're managing 200 properties. That means 26,900 of them are managing less than 200 and less than 175 and 50. It is a fragmented, and we have key data that has come together and pulled together all of that data. It's super reliable. Matthew Howard is our CFO. He worked for Key Data before, and Key Data pulls market data from 75 local companies doing what we do, representing 8,700 properties, and the data that they pull is not scraped, a guess on what was on a website last night that's not there. It is transactional data through a contract with our PMS providers and with the CVB. So the reliability of this data is exactly what's going on in the market, and we use it every day in setting rates. It is a major part of what we do. This chart is the way the money comes in. Now this is RevPAR versus, for 87 companies, we all understand if you're in the vacation rental business that that's when the money comes in. That's when we can charge the summer rates and all that. And it looks pretty quiet down here, but guess what? And that's how people come. This is the occupancy. So you'll see that we almost have as many people, snowbirds, as we do in the summer, and Shrimp Fest peaks it out. And so this is the market-wide picture. In 2008, when we were thinking about building the event center for Student Life, I met with Herb Malone and Beth Gendler, and they said, if you can figure out how to do these camps in October or March, we got plenty of space then. And that was the problem then. Through an oil spill and $52 billion of other people's money, and through good marketing, and through sunshine, and just how beautiful this place is, we've now accomplished the fact that we are not a seasonal market anymore. There are people coming here every weekend. It's not always full, but this is a reflection of how people are coming here. We can't compete with Thanksgiving, the SEC championship, or with Christmas and New Year. Nobody's figured that one out, but every other month we got people coming. We all know what it's felt like to be around for the last 3 or 4 years. So this is 48% occupancy in 2019. It's the same if you go back. This is what it looks like to have a month off plus a hurricane. And then this is what it looks like when cruise ships are shut down and passport applications are gone, and we're the best option in the world and the only option in the world. 58% occupancy across the market, and we know what it dropped to here, and look what's happened. We have a new normal that's just a little bit better than the old normal, and so right now we're hovering about the same. So this red line is very encouraging. Now, if you're a real estate agent and you have clients who bought right here, you're having to talk them down off of the wall about living in the new world. We're doing that every day here. Next slide is the same data interpreted in nights. So all of our rental companies together rent about half the nights. Where else can you go and buy a really nice property, own it, and get to stay in it half the year, and also get all the rental income? This is RevPAR, revenue per available night. And so you can see that we could charge anything we wanted right here because we could sell anything we wanted, and we did on behalf of our owners, and there were a lot of people who bought during that time. But look, the new norm is we're not as low as we were. We are doing fine. We're getting more money. The values are higher, and so the market is doing fine. We're leveled off, and we have no reason to expect anything else. And finally, for 2026, we have enough data. Like, we're going to make $36 million worth of reservations this year. We've already made 18 million, so we have a pretty good snapshot, even though it's only March. Daily rates, market-wide, are up 5.1%. Occupancy is up 12%. More bookings, even though we're all 75 companies charging more money. And revenue per available night is up 18%. So it's a good note to leave everybody on. If you're in the business, thank you for coming over here and being with us. We just wanted to let everyone, we're happy to be in this business, best business in the world, and we've had a really good run.
You know, and he kind of alluded to it along the way. Sharon will do these ribbon cuttings. The Chamber's proud to say that this really is the best place to live, work, and play. It's one of the fastest growing counties in the nation. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of opportunity for people to take advantage of others or to not keep it on the level. Just like you talked about where you've taken the rental business, the things you've done for your people that you're managing the properties for, it's constantly elevating your game, making it better for the people around you. Well, as he alluded to, this journey didn't start in 2012 for him. It started back when he was taking care of kids as a youth pastor and kind of letting God guide his way. Well, he brought that into everything he's done, and just getting to talk to him a little bit before this started, it really is amazing to have a person like you who's bringing such quality to where we live that it's a pleasure to have you in the chamber.
Thank you.
But it's even a better pleasure to have you as one of the people living down here and making this place so good.
Thank you.
So thank you, Randy, for what you've done. And what the chamber would like to do is acknowledge you today. March 11th, 2026 is Liquid Life Vacation Rental Day.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.